particular spot. He will!
Yes, he will. And of course works so beautifully alongside the Sona as well. I mean, you get heals, shields, more heals.
Wave and some all-ins with a jungle gank in particular. It's going to be strong. Speaking of jungle ganks.
Yeah, that's a big flash in onto the Lux. Permafrost is going to be there, and that's Perma CC coming out of clear.
Auto attack enemy champions without turning back into Nico. It's cleared. Uh-oh.
Yep, flash. Peanut's going to follow. They are going to easily take him down, and it's just whether or not they can give the kill.
Bot lane here to take Infernal Drake around their Sona Tom.
Oh, God. And this composition.
First rotation from Nico. Clid coming in. 5-man bot lane from SKT. This was set up in champs.
Yeah, big teleport's going to come in. We're looking for the Devour timing. Life goes golden as well as Ruler has to flash to get himself out of the way. They do manage to pick up one of them. And Teddy under the turret's doing so much work. Faker goes golden to keep himself alive, but they have to navigate this one. It's a double kill coming in for the Aatrox as Peanut eventually takes him down, but can they get more? Permafrost comes in, Effort joins the rest of his team. Teddy's still raining damage down. Another Devour has been used. That's how long this has gone for. A stunning dive as Peanut is still alive, trying to deny Effort. Getting in there as Ruler's teleported. A double kill for Peanut, and that
pick it up here, Atlas. That's why they're re-engaging.
Yeah.
The objective is down, but that eye is going to start flickering.
Yep, Juve able to break the barrel there as well. Final spark comes down. Khan may just be eliminated before anything has even happened. Good flash. Gets Juve out of the way of Faker's Pop Blossom. But Faker's able to get the Shape Splitter. I have a feeling he might have sacrificed himself for this, but does pick up the Eye of the Herald and lands the snare. Cannon Barrage comes in. Barrel's now being utilized. Juve not going to be able to get the explosion. Teleport going to be utilized here as well as Juve. He's got enough
Especially that really starts to swing it back to Gen.G. That's a solo turret. Sona comp up. Over 2,000 gold, largely on Juve. They don't have Cannon Barrage around the bots. Expect Juve here. They're going to go in.
Yep, some extra information given over to Juve, but he's unable to actually keep himself alive. There is no flash available.
And he can just be firing down his mid lane.
Yep, Sandwich is going to come in, but that's the Aftershock utilized. The subjugation is so huge. Peanut alive for so long. It's just ludicrous, but the turret is going to be taken down. And eventually, Peanut goes...
trivial with Peanut in the death chamber.
Yep, pulling themselves back into this game. Feels like Gen.G have slowed that rate of play, and of course, the way that they were
caught topside because of the push in mid lane. Fly and Peanut have to peace out on the top side. Thanks for the memory. Now, Gen.G don't necessarily have hard control of their red side jungle, but they wanted to get the TP out of Juve. That's the big thing for them, as he's now starting to find footing in the Aatrox matchup. Gen.G also, as the minion wave has been carried forward, are able to taxi it and get this mid lane outer turret. So never feels fantastic defending it.
Yeah, absolutely. Their turn is very, very strong, as now they might have found Effort underneath this turret.
Oh!
Blossom, big flash in from Faker, does get one, but it's a good one. The Lock's already dead. Goes immediately into his Zonya's Hourglass, now trying to get himself out of there, and that's the real one. The positioning wasn't known in life, able to use the Grey Health very well, but not quite well enough, as Peanut wants to try and kill Faker, gets the right one this time, but now should be routed. Ruler still alive on the back end. Infernal Chain's unable to make it work, as Cuve's almost immortal with Ruler behind him. The flash in with the Arctic Assault as Teddy tries to throw out autos and skill shots in the opposite direction, and he's able to take down the Pirate. Now Ruler, the only man standing, and True Shot Barrage is going to stop him from being able to do that for too much longer.
Gen.G need the map to be predictable so it can be about the sustain war of shields and heals, oh my, between Lux and Sona. Instead, Faker with a super assertive flash over the wall, an area where they didn't have full intel. Starts off Baron spotting. Here comes the Abyssal Voyage. Effort walks up.
That's just Life getting in there. Effort is going to walk up without too much response. Final spark comes in, but Faker, has he found the flank that he wants? The shields are just too big. He's not able to get any of the work done, and I think finally Gen.G's composition has come online. Teddy way too low. Juve stopping Clid from adding to this fight whatsoever. Sitting in SKT's hands and just feeling so useless. A third Infernal Drake could be picked up as well on Gen.G's side. This is going from Badgerous. Clid understanding that he probably needs to try and go for some sort of steal, but can't even get there in time.
And there's 3 Infernal Drakes now. That means even the shielding
not quite able to do it.
1401 crits on the minions now. Not quite champions, but GP's feeling it.
And also, this is a Juve that's playing differently on the Gangplank. Often it's a decent amount of defensive items as Fakeass uses Zhonya's extraordinarily early. Is he going to be okay? Flash was available. Ruler's pianoing his keyboard right now, keeping everyone speedy and alive. And Gen.G's siege is just disgusting. The Lich Bane.
That turret dive, the scaling has been true. And now SKT looking for chase.
Yeah, Cuvée caught out of position there. Faker
down mid lane. They have to play one lane at the moment with no inhibitor. Bot lane, as here we go.
That Infernal Chain landing is just insane. Not entirely sure how that even worked, as there was
Lux.
one minion left alive. The Lux is going to go down. SKT trying to brute force a win. They have no minions, and Ruler finds a huge crescendo. Faker in trouble, getting slowed. Remember, has no flash. Can't get out of here unless he throws in some shenanigans. Speaking of which, see you later, Ruler! And Faker turns this whole game on its head in that one play.
They might have just pickpocketed Gen.G from a victory here. SKT looking for the finish. The death timers are so long, Fly's 30 seconds away.
I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work, but Cuvée is alive once again. Peanut wants to throw something down, but they're throwing the kitchen sink at him. Cuvé's dead already. Peanut's going to get knocked up, stunned for what feels like forever, but True Shot Barrage not enough. Eventually, it is going to be Khan that finishes it, and SKT, out of the jaws of defeat, tear themselves a victory.
What an exciting game, number one. It looked like Gen.G had done it.
As Gen.G were playing face up, and Khan is going to do it. Back to the Fiora, back to more lane domination. And even in the draft, it looks like, again, we've been talking about how Genji isn't usually under that much pressure in this matchup, unless you have the mini-wave in an awkward spot as mid lane. Yeah, Snare comes down, Blooming Burst, a lot of damage. Cleared. Perfect positioning. Trouble Bubble is going to land, but this time the pillar is true, and Clid just smacks him with his hammer. And it is going to be comfortably gathered. Effort's the one that's using his health bar. Potentially wanted to go back home anyway.
Maybe there's actually a way for Peanut to make something happen here as Fly's coming in. They're looking for the pincer.
Yep, he's got a dash cannon, doesn't land the paddle stars. There's another Pop Blossom. Does get one of the stuns onto Peanut. Khan's going to make his way down. Faker's dead already, though. And now the flash forward from Fly. Gets himself the skirmishes, Saber Smite, and Clid will be falling. But Khan's able to take down the Camille off the back end. Peanut taking so long to kill this Trundle as Fly dealing with Khan as best he can. Trouble Bubble is going to be blocked by the riposte, but Fly's not going to get hit as Gen.G managed to hit level 6. Lands it onto Khan there. He's looking for the riposte call.
A second Ocean Drake, exactly when you want.
Yep, and these Drakes in the last game, I think the first one was 17. Never hook shot, and then Khan can never use his riposte.
A lot of nevers there.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Oh, that's the flash! Hey! Cuvée gets the solo kill! Oh, that was beautifully done. This is the mind game that we were talking about. It's clear he's got the Predator on. Cuvée does have Hextech Ultimatum available, but with the subjugation, he should be able to get there, and Cleared trying to go for the flash in front. I have a feeling he's going to come in just to try and defend this turret, but Ruler is going to be left on his own. He didn't take the voyage, and this is what happens. Crescendo used with absolutely no gain, as Gen.G looked to be falling apart at the seams just a little bit. Wanted to go for a flank or something like that, but the vision from SKT was just too good. 4,000 has SKT been when it comes to those turrets, as Khan looking for Fly. Grand challenge once again, as Peanut's going to turn up. Doesn't find the ultimate there, as the riposte now going to be on cooldown, and now it's going to be whether or not Khan can lunge in time, and he just straight up can't. Has to flash to get himself out of the way. The flash forward from Fly, and the Arctic Assault's going to miss, but it's not enough. Enough sparkles available from Fly as Abyssal Voyage, double teleport, make that a triple as Faker gets himself into the brush behind
Gen.G, and no more benefits found. Teddy's TP up, Khan dead of course, and keeps his. They're going to rotate through the minion wave, tank it up, get some more, and now Ruler.
Yep, the flash forward. Great double use of the Crescendo is going to keep Ruler.
Speaking of catches, Cuvée going to be slowed. This will take a while.
Glacial Augment is one hell of an ability, as the rest of SKT are going to turn up. Faker still hunting for more, just the tip. And Faker gets
side. He knows that, but will he be caught anyway?
Well, we'll see whether this Trouble Bubble is going to land, is the question.
3 minutes into the game. Peanut stays top in a very low percentage gank chance against lane turret would be a disaster. It's bot lane, we've seen this before.
Yep, hookshot comes in, Cuvée gets himself out of the way of it, out of the way of the pillar for the moment as the grand challenge is in, and Cuvé's very much dead. free health. Original Trundle got really sad with the rework as Faker, he's going to turn up, gets the flash Pop Blossom, and that's a very dead Sona, meaning SKT in a much better position for this team fight. But can you even call it that? The bottom
vision confirmation on. The threat wasn't there from Gen.G. It's real from SKT. They pick up the Baron, and it feels like this
ruler because he just doesn't have very much of a health bar as SKT just brute force their way forward. Pop Blossom is once again available. Shape Splitter needs to be respected as well. Crescendo is going to be used, but nothing gained. Great two-man ultimate coming in from Effort there as well as Trouble Bubble lands onto Clid, but Peanut finds the one gap in the SKT army to put the Glacial Prison, and that could be all she wrote. As you can see, SKT, they're still able to get poke in. They've got a minion wave prepared on the top side of the map. Fly down to half health now. Peanut does have a health bar to work with, and SKT is starting to go lower as Faker. No flash this time around and no Pop Blossom now as Cuvee thinks that it's time to go in, but I don't think it is. Blooming Burst is going to come down. Life is going to sacrifice himself for the good of Cuvee, but is it the good of the team is the question. SKT find the one pick, and now they're back onto Nexus turrets once again. Effort goes into his stopwatch. You've got second Nexus turret now under fire. Still a lot of members left of Gen.G, but SKT are done with this game, and they want to take down the Nexus and seal their 6th 2-0 in a row. They just want to kill this Nexus. Can they actually do it? Clid's there, two-man Crescendo. Not enough. SKT 2-0.
Sub 30 minutes. Effective champions he has. Had an okay series here, but nothing groundbreaking. And it felt like Gen.G came down to earth a little bit, and SKT start to take off, 7-5. One more match, and notice, they have a match in hand compared to Gen.G. If they are to win their match in hand, they will be in the top 5.
They will.
When you pick up a win for weathering the storm, there has to be a win for everyone.
Well, the win for us is an MVP interview, so let's throw it over to Ji-sun for the solo laners interview translation.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Ji-sun with today's last interview translation. SK Telecom, their winning streak never stops. Baker, how was today's game? So we are now starting to face some of the teams in the west side. So this was our first one, but it's really a big relief that we were able to get the 2-0 win. I think we were going to do really well in the rest of the split. Especially Gen.G was having a great momentum, so what kind of strategy did you guys prepare? Not like a strategy, but our team just said that this is a really significant match for us, especially a great timing for us to reach the higher point. So I think we are now in a better position since we got the 2-0 victory today. So Faker, your Nico was open for game number 1 and 2, especially a card that is on a 6-0 record since the Rift Rivals. So is SKT prioritizing Nico right now, like first picking it? Well, we were just trying some new style in terms of pick and ban, thinking of the Genji style. So speaking of Nico, yeah, it's have a really great engaging skills, so we kind of enjoy playing in it. But Nico is a very difficult champion. How do you think of it? Well, the ultimate, well, I think it's not that hard to land. Especially your Pop Blossom is always popping off. Especially the last one in the game number 1 was amazing. So let's have a replay over here. So how did you make that decision to re-engage? So we were thinking of taking down the inhibitor. And after that, I saw the Gen.G players going a little bit in too much, so I just went in. So that's the Pop Blossom you mentioned, which is not that hard to land. But Khan, also the follow-up from the teammates was also awesome. When a player goes in unexpectedly, how does the other players follow up? Well, I mean, all the players have a long career, so we have a very great insight on seeing the game. So especially Faker is really good at like opening fights. So during the fights we are kind of used to it, so we are kind of able to follow up. In game number 2, you played Fiora on top lane. So did you feel huge confidence with Camille versus Fiora matchup? Well, I've been playing Fiora for a long time, and I also enjoy playing Camille versus Fiora matchup. So yeah, it wasn't really a hard matchup for me. So we have a replay for your Fiora pulling up some of the super play over here. Yeah, since I saw Cubase making some of the aggressive play, I could predict that Peanut will be around the top lane. So you always have to like keep in mind that the enemy can actually back up, and like the jungler can always come gank. So you always have to think of the skill sets they have. So it's easier for me to like dodge the skills. So after SK Telecom, the players playing 1v1. All the other teams are now enjoying it. How was your preparation go today? Well, I did a 1v1 again, but I'm just gonna keep it as a secret. In your next match, we'll be up against Griffin. Griffin also stopped their losing streak today, earlier. We did lose to Griffin in the first round, so I'm just gonna make sure to take them down this time around. And our goal is winning all the matches in the second round robin. So to accomplish that goal, I'm gonna try my best to show great performance. My personal thought is, I think Gen.G and Damon, they are the teams that are having the best performance currently, and since we took one of them, I think we are able to kind of lose the burden on our shoulders, and also we are keep improving our performance. So we're just gonna do our best to keep picking up victories in our remaining series.
SKT의 연승 행진 계속 이어가길 바라면서 오늘 승리
their
다시
winning
한번
streak is
고생하셨습니다.
still intact, so this will be the end of the interview with Faker, Khan from SK Telecom, and gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ji-sun, as always, for your interview.